Good morning, everyone. I'm going to try and attempt to change the diff transmission oil in my car, which is the 2009 F430, which you would have seen from the previous videos. I've done an oil change on the car. One of the things, even if you have access to a 4-post or 2-post ramp in the garage, if you've got that luxury, one of the things is getting it onto the post struts and lifting spots on the underneath of the car. At the front, it's not so difficult because you have a sort of wide flat area, but at the back, particularly if you want to take panels off, it's very restricted because you've got circular discs, and that can... So if you look at my ramp extension arms, they have this rectangular piece, but if you look underneath the car, such as this one, you can see that with the cutting edge on this side, one can drill out a disc of wood to fit into that. Any scrap bit of wood that you might have, which has got some pressure treatment, you can drill out a couple of discs for each side. Like this, zoom and then zoom, 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 and there's your disc. And that should fit perfectly underneath there. So that's the first hack. I was able to draw out those two discs for the posts and the jacking points. And the next thing is to make sure that you have at least 4 litres of transmission fluid. And I bought this stuff from a local Ferrari dealership. It's not very expensive, and as long as you take in a canister, they'll give you the right amount. So I live not far from the Swindon Dickalovit Ferrari workshop. Very, very helpful individuals. So you'll need the following: obviously an oil catch, the hex heads 12 and 14, 2 washers, crush washers, some spanners, circular, closed and open, a breaker bar and a torque wrench, if you can get it into the small space, and I'll try and do that. Next thing is to take the diffuser off. These hex head bolts. So 4 mil hex head. We'll pull these off very gently. Use a low percussion impact driver. So you need a H12 in there. The catalytic converter here can get in the way, but I used a breaker bar. Breaker bar, and then you can easily lift it up and away. That's the first point, to make sure the filler port is, you can undo it. And the H14, again with the breaker bar, should be able to open that. Pretty pristine, this oil. No shavings on that. Really, really good gearbox. We then next need to get rid of this filter here. And you need an 8 mil (8mm). There's some debris there, metallic, in the mesh, but overall, no huge deposits in that filter. Overall, very, very good. Next is the torque wrench, 75 Newton meters, or just over 55 foot-pounds of torque. Fill the transmission box with the oil, but of course the trick is, how much do we put in? Basically what I tend to do is pour away the old oil that we've got into an empty canister, and then you should be able to read off in terms of litres how much went in there, and then using the dipstick, combination of common sense, should be able to top it up between minimum and maximum, and that should be it. Remember, this engine is cold and the gearbox is cold. So I'm now using this thing, which you can buy in any automotive store, Halfords. I bought it online on eBay, and it's a way of pumping the gearbox oil into the actual gearbox as accurately as you can. Now, if you read the Ferrari handbook, there's meant to be just under 3 litres or just over 3 litres of oil in the actual box. This was a cold box, so I only managed to get out 2.5 litres, and of course I'm going to put back 2.5 litres. And if you watch, so I've already put 2 in, this is another 500 mils. And you can get those big funnels that come from the top, and I think some YouTubers have done that, but I just think that this avoids any contamination from above. It's all pretty much one system, and then once I've got this 500 in, I'll use the dipstick on there just to make sure that I'm between the minimum and the maximum on a cold engine and a cold gearbox. You can then have a look at it, maybe go for a drive and find out how much it's dropped or expanded by, and then top up as necessary. Hopefully we won't have to take any off. There we go. Thank you very much. just screw this in, and not tight, but just screw it in and then unscrew, and then you can read the level. So remember, I've just put in what I removed, 2.5 litres on a cold gearbox. Don't know if you can see, that was, yeah, so it's right up to the max mark.